And she's going to be a cameraman. So.
Yes, camera woman.
Oh, yeah. Camera woman. Booba.
Meu Deus do céu! He didn't say that. Cut the show. Cut the show. Hi, I'm Gabi.
And I'm KD.
I'm from Brazil.
And I'm from the US.
And today,
I am going to be making cornbread.
Hey, girl, you gonna eat your cornbread?
Nice.
it's not me in the kitchen today.
No, it's me, Chef Boy KD.
Yes. What is cornbread?
Cornbread is a bread that's used to eat with a lot of meals, especially in the South of the United States. It has cornmeal in it, different from flour that uses wheat, even though you may mix it with the wheat. I would say that we use cornbread in the South the same way Brazilians use farofa. Okay,
It's a side dish.
It's like a side dish that kind of goes with everything, and it's very crumbly. Like imagine a soft farofa. I know. For instance, our version of Kobe, you mix it with the cornbread, it is delicious to us. Okay. It's not something I see in Brazil. I don't think you have cornbread in Brazil.
No, not that way.
So I'll show a simple way to make it. It's a little bit different than what our family does, but I like this method because it uses cast iron skillet and you get a moist but yet crispy outside. And I'm gonna do a little twist with some of the ingredients.
Whoa. Put some swag.
Sure. So the ingredients that we'll be using today for this version of cornbread will be cornmeal, flour, eggs, buttermilk, baking powder, baking soda, a little bit of sugar, just a little bit, salt, cheese, and butter. So I'm going to be the one, main focus today. Again, Chef Boy KD. All right, so let's get to it. So first thing we're gonna do is preheat the oven to 425 degrees, all right? Then what you want to do is take the butter. It's about a whole stick. I'm gonna use about 6 tablespoons worth. Leave 2 tablespoons out because I don't want cholesterol problems. I'm gonna go right about here. This amount of butter, put it in the pan. Basically, the butter is going to be the outside crunch and cause it to not stick to the cast iron skillet. So what we're gonna do, because typically what you would do is use some grease, coat the pan, and get a little bit of flour or cornmeal to make sure it's coated properly. This way, you just kind of let a mass amount of butter sit there to cause it to not stick to the pan. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this in the oven to go ahead and preheat and bring it up to temperature with the oven. We're gonna lit it there. So while that's going, I'm gonna go ahead and get all the dry ingredients put together. Start with the cornmeal. You're gonna want 1 cup of cornmeal. I use buttermilk cornmeal. They have another one that's not buttermilk based.
So we have, what is the name? Butter what?
Buttermilk cornmeal.
Okay, so in Portuguese we say is fubá, I think it's fubá. Because fubá is made for corn.
So next, after that, do you have flour that's already open?
Yeah,
Today.
in a can.
Rice. These things should come with labels. I know that's sugar. Flour. You're gonna need 1 cup of flour. Need more flour. About 1 cup. The next dry ingredient, we're gonna get the baking powder, and we need 1.5 teaspoons. 1 teaspoon. I'm gonna be honest, the recipes that my grandma used, they didn't use baking powder or baking soda, so this is kind of new, but seemed to be pretty good to use. After that, you need to get 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda, which is kind of wild.
But I think that they use baking soda to make fluffy a little bit. That's what normally people do when they bake cake.
Oh, well, the more you know. And then 1/4 teaspoon of salt. In case you don't know, when they say just a pinch is 1/4 teaspoon.
The more you know. Because a pinch, I thought it was like this.
That's about what this is.
Okay.
And the actual last one is the sugar. Sugar is definitely something I've never used before. Some people do like their cornbread to be a little bit sweet. It adds a little bit to it, the salty and sweet. I'm gonna use roughly like 1 and I'm not gonna go full 2. I'm just gonna like that.
I think that maybe the sugar will help with the to be brown, you know?
Caramelized?
Isso, maybe. I don't know.
Gabby logic.
Yeah.
And that should be it for your dry mixture. So you just want to mix your dry mixture all together. Make sure it's well combined. You see it. And that's your dry mixture. So next, first, you're going to measure out the buttermilk. Buttermilk, in case you don't know, is fermented milk. When you take like a heavy cream and you whip it, eventually that cream turns to butter. But the liquid that's left over is buttermilk. It's not required that you use buttermilk when you're making cornbread, but because I'm using buttermilk cornmeal, and it might as well use buttermilk when I'm making it, it makes things creamier. It's very...
Okay.
All right, yeah, you get it.
But if is watching that in Brazil and they don't have buttermilk, they can substitute to normal
Regular milk, yes, they can.
Not the low-fat milk, the normal milk.
No, you want it creamy and as unhealthy as possible. All right, so 1.5 cups of buttermilk is what we're using. Before we get ready to add the buttermilk, I'm gonna go ahead and crack the eggs. I got this. Jeez. You want to beat the egg, but just enough to break the yolk. You don't want to mix it. So just like easy. First thing you want to do is add the egg into the mixture and slightly combine a little bit. Then you want to put in the buttermilk. Thank you, assistant, for
You're welcome.
the spatula to make sure we get all of that.
I knew it, that you need.
Sometimes I don't think of everything.
I'm a smart girl.
Yeah, very rare that happens.
What?
What?
Whoosh.
Whoosh. And then start making. I may change from the whisk to spoon, but you want to do slow because you don't want it sloughing everywhere. You want to keep most of the dry ingredients in the bowl. And you don't want to mix it too much. You want it to be a little bit lumpy, because if you mix it too much, then I gabbied the situation.
It happens, normal.
You just want to combine.
What happened if you just mix more?
Nothing. I mean, it's still going to be cornbread, still good. It cooks the same. It's just a consistency thing. How the bread bakes, it will be a little bit different. And I think this way is a little bit better.
What people say that if we mix a lot the flour, you develop the gluten. It's not good. Some cakes or pies, when you keep mixing, it makes your thing like
shrink. Okay, that makes sense. So I think this is enough for me. I don't see any more dry clumps, at least.
It's really easy.
Really easy, nothing too difficult. Oh. So for a little bit added benefit, and because Gabby saw it and she wants it, I'm going to use, this is 2 cups in the whole package. I'm probably going to just only put 1 cup, but a little bit of sharp cheddar cheese. Only sharp cheddar cheese I think would work good with this, but just to give it a little cheesiness to it.
So it will melt inside a little bit.
Yeah, just barely half. And I'm not even going to stir. I'm going to fold it in just like that. That way you have cheese in the cornbread. All right. All right, so now the oven has preheated. So let's check on the pan. Oh yeah, look at that. All that butter and cholesterol problems. So now that it's like that, I'm gonna take it, sit it on a safe table, and just pour the batter straight in the center, all right? I'm gonna kind of shake it and then pull the butter over into everything. Yeah, and that's it. Then you wanna put it back in the oven after you get it all situated and let it sit for 20 to 25 minutes. So while it's waiting, we're gonna make some inside grilled chicken wings to kind of go with it. Just sit around and wait.
You said in the beginning of the video that cornbread will be good, is a side dish. What type of main dish cornbread will be good to eat?
Soul food. Fried chicken goes with greens, goes with macaroni and cheese, beans, black-eyed peas.
Ribs?
Sure, you could. I just don't eat it with ribs. Yeah, really, majority those type of things.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, so timer just went off. I'm gonna pull it out and check and see if it's done, all right? It's looking pretty good. Let's pull it out for a second. Basically, just like cakes, you wanna take a knife, go through it and see if it's comes out clean. It's a little resistant. I think it's about through because probably what moisture I'm seeing is the cheese. Places it goes all the way through and comes out clean. So now I'm gonna put it back in just for a little bit on boil, just so it gets a nice golden brown, just for like a minute. Put it in, close it back, and then switch it over to broil. Pulled it out, got a little brown on top. So I'm about to cut it for the first time and see how it looks. Hopefully I didn't mess up.
It looks really good. Muito bom.
All right. I think that came out pretty good.
Man, look at that.
Yeah. All right, so we're gonna get a couple pieces and let the chicken finish, and then we'll come to you and see how Gabby enjoys this homemade cornbread. All right, so
Very excited. It looks great.
dig in. Let me know what you think.
Muito bom. The cheese makes a difference.
little bit of difference.
I would say that in Brazil, if something would be similar with this, I would say it would be broa de milho. It's a bread, but it's more consistent. There is a little bit of sweetness, but this is amazing. It's really good. But I totally understand being a side dish that combine very well with the chicken, especially fried chicken, but barbecue sauce.
Okay. All right.
I'm so glad that I didn't cook today. Most of the time the videos here in the channel is me cooking. So today I had a rest and I just eat. That's amazing. I appreciate it.
I hope that you liked me doing this video. Maybe you're from Brazil and are curious about dishes that you've seen but never had. Please leave a comment and I can do it. Or you're from the US and you're like, hey, you need to show her da 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 da. Leave a comment and we'll try it out. If you like the video,
Like the video
subscribe to the channel,
and turn on the notification bell.
and hopefully we'll see you in the next one. All right.
See you in the next video.
Ciao,
Bye
ciao.
bye. Kiss kiss.
Beijo.